Hey yo guys, what's going on? It's me, Xetil here, and in today's video I'm going to be doing r/entitled parents from the subreddit. Now, a lot of people have been wanting this from other people's videos I've seen, and my friend wanted me to do a video on it, so I agreed to. Now, the first entitled parents post that I've seen is EM thinks my antibiotics are sweet. Accuses me of being a druggie when I don't give her kids some. This should be a very interesting post. Hope you guys enjoy it. This is my first post to r/entitled parents, and if I'm going to be honest, I didn't think that people like this actually existed, or that if they did, it was mainly a USA thing. Since it's my first post and I'm on mobile, sorry for bad formatting, etc. So I'm from the UK, and I recently visited New York with my family on summer holiday. We got the subway basically everywhere, and as with most big city subways, there were plenty of colorful characters. So whilst I had never had an experience like this before, I wasn't that surprised when this happened. The twin clowns. EM equals entitled mother. S and LB equals snot-nosed little brat. My family, me, dad, my mom, and my brother, who isn't really relevant because he was on his phone for the whole thing. Backstory. So I play rugby, and about a month prior to my encounter with EM, I sustained an injury while playing, where the toenail on my big toe was completely torn out. As it regrew, it began to ingrow and soon became infected. We went to the doctors and were given antibiotics about 3 days before our trip to New York. And this is where our story begins. We were on a subway coming back from the Empire State Building, and it was time for me to take my antibiotic. I got out my pills and some water and took the pill. Everything's fine and dandy. I look across the carriage and see entitled mother and snot-nosed little brat is sitting there with this can of Monster that's about as big as him. He must have been about 7. Solid parenting. And EM is on her phone. Snobby little brat prods entitled mother and whispers something to her, then points at me. Oh no. Entitled mother gets up and strides across the carriage. Entitled mother. Young man, is that candy you've got there? Me. No. Sorry, it's my medicine. Entitled mother. Don't try that with me. That can't be medicine. It's not even in a prescription bag. And it's colored? It was just an orange box. Me. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's just my antibiotics. Points at toe. What do you care if it's candy anyway? So far, the whole conversation has been really quiet, and my parents haven't noticed yet. It was quite a crowded carriage, and they were sitting further away behind a group of people. Entitled mother. I care if it's candy because I think you're being real selfish not giving snotty little brat any. Especially since he has to sit there watching you eat it. Me. Honestly, it's not candy. Entitled mother, raising voice. Don't bullshit me! I know that's not medicine. Give it to me now! At this point, my parents see what is happening and come over. Dad. Hey, what's going on here? Entitled mother. This little shit is taking drugs in front of my snotty little brat. He needs to be locked up, setting such a bad example to young children. Mother. Well, this little shit happens to be my son, and I can tell you that he is on a course of antibiotics because of an infection. So will you just leave him alone? Entitled mother. No! To the other passengers. This whole family is on drugs. Their crackhead son just attacked me. Some guy on the train. Oh, come on. I just saw you go over to them. Leave them alone. Brother. Wait, what just happened? At this point, EL started doing these really fake sobs and saying things like, he's being mean, and I want candy. Entitled mother went over to snobby little brat and started cooing over him. And our next stop, so nothing really came out of it. It really surprises me that people like this exist. Kind of frightening, too, really. And that was the first story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. now we're on to the next one. And for the long haul here. Entitled mother labels me the office slut for wearing a swimsuit at a surf school. I mentioned this in passing in the comments of another post of mine, but people seem to want an explanation, so I'm a surf instructor at a surf school on the beach. It was the end of the day. I had just finished my final class. I'd done 5-hour-long classes in a row, and I was covered in water and wet sand. So I just wanted to get the thing off and maybe go for a swim before I left the beach. I was in the surf shack. We're based in with 3 coworkers, who I'll call Sam, Joe, and Mick. Names change, but Sam in real life has an equally gender-neutral name. I texted my boyfriend, who confirmed he was 5 minutes away. I'd already finished my part of the closing up process, so while Sam put the close sign on the door and locked up the filling cabinet, with Joe and Mick sorted out the wetsuits and put the boards back in their holders. I left the boys to finish up and went to the changing area to strip off my wetsuit. I'd gone down to my tankini when I heard a loud, nasally American accent voice. Entitled mother, "Excuse me? Hello, service please." Seeing the boys were occupied, I pulled on my shirt and went to the door. Entitled mother did not look like a stereotypical Karen. Long hair, tan, wearing a bikini with a big floppy beach hat and a sarong around her waist. Her daughter was with her, looked around 10, 12 years old, and like her mom's mini-me. But she didn't speak during this encounter, so I don't know if she's entitled or not. Me. "Hi, can I help you?" Entitled mother, "You could start by putting some clothes on." My tankini is covering about the same amount of skin as a one-piece would. Aside from a strip of exposed skin by my waist, I'll admit that the neckline is kind of low. But entitled mother is literally wearing a bikini with way more exposed skin than me. Me. Customer service mode activated. "I'm very sorry, miss. Sam, can you grab me my shirt, please?" He throws my tank top at me, and I pull it on. "Better?" Entitled mother, "Not really. Is there anyone else who can take care of us?" Me. "Sorry, my coworkers are a little busy right now. We're closing up." Entitled mother, "Fine. I want to sign my daughter up for classes tomorrow." I start to talk her through the availability slots, when we can fit her kid in, prices, and requirements. While I do this, I'm gesturing with my hands and leaning over the counter to point some stuff on the sign-up sheet. Entitled mother, interrupting me, "I'm sorry, don't you have a sweatshirt or something?" It's the middle of the summer and a heat wave on a beach. Me, clinging to my customer service smile because I'm technically still on the clock. "I'm sorry. No, I don't. Would you like me to carry on?" Entitled mother, "Is there anyone else I could speak to? You're making my daughter feel self-conscious." Me, giving up on being polite. "You're making me feel self-conscious. It's summer. It's a beach. It's a heat wave. I do not have another shirt. Everything that needs to be covered is covered. With all due respect, you're wearing less than I am." Sam, wearing a t-shirt and denim shorts, hears all this and recognizes my tone as I'm about to snap tone. So he looks at me, I nod at him, and he jumps in. Sam, "I'd be happy to help you, miss. My name is Sam. OP, why don't you go?" Entitled mother, "Sam is a guy?" Sam, "Last I checked." Entitled mother, "I thought you were a girl." Sam, "Sorry to disappoint." Entitled mother to me, "Do you think it's appropriate to wander around like that when there's a young man nearby?" To Sam, "You should report her to HR." Sam, "It's a beach. People walk around in less all the time." Entitled mother, repeating, "It's inappropriate." Sam, you're wearing a bikini." Entitled mother, "I'm not working." She is. Me, "You do know this is a surf school." Mick and Joe hear the noise Entitled Mother hasn't raised her voice or yelled or anything, but they can hear the tone of the conversation and decide they should step in just in case. Mick and Joe are both wearing board shorts and flip-flops. No shirts. Mick, coming up behind me. Is there a problem here? And Joe, at Mick's side. Anything we can help with? The Entitled Mother's eyes go wide. She looks between me and the three boys in shock and horror. Entitled Mother, recovering herself. I was just saying that. Me? She was just telling me to put some clothes on. Mick, you know this is a beach, right? If anything, she's overdressed. Entitled Mother can see she's not going to persuade me to magically summon more clothing to wear, and you can tell from her eyes she knows the boys won't agree with her. Then a thought hits her like a brick to her hollow head. Entitled Mother, just what are you four doing back there? Joe, closing up. Entitled Mother, I'm not stupid. I beg to differ. Entitled Mother, you're telling me she answered the door practically naked and y'all wearing barely anything but nothing's going on here? Mick, jokingly, OP, we've told you not to answer the door naked. I laugh. Entitled Mother, don't you laugh at me, you little whore. I know what's going on here, you perverts. Sam, who is gay, is in all-out, double-over peals of laughter. Entitled Mother daughter looks really embarrassed and is bright red with her face in her hands. Sam, you think that trails off mid-sentence in favor of more laughing. Entitled Mother, oh sure, everyone protects the office slut. Joe literally falls onto the floor, clutching his stomach laughing. Mick, yeah, now if you don't mind, we're mid-orgy, so get in or get out. It's just then that my boyfriend shows up. Boyfriend sees me, Joe, Sam, and Mick pissing ourselves laughing. Entitled Mother looking homicidal, and the daughter bright red with her face in her hands. Everything okay here? Boyfriend comes over and gives me a hug, and I get the frankly genius idea to pull him in for a kiss in full view of Entitled Mother. Entitled Mother screeches some demonic noise that only dogs can hear and stops off. Her poor daughter in tow. And that's the last we've ever heard from her. Well, that one was very eventful right there. Couldn't be any more eventful. Let's go to the next one. The next one is, I'm not putting an animal in danger, so your kid can have fun with it. This happened a few years back. My pet rat had babies recently. I wasn't able to keep them all, so I turned to Craigslist to rehome the babies. I got a message from a woman who at first seemed nice enough. We chatted a bit over text, and I sent her a list of questions that I would ask all potential adopters. One of the questions was, do you have any young children in your household? The reason I ask this is because I care about my pets, and I want the babies to go to good homes. Rats, unfortunately, are just not a good pet for very young children, younger than 8 years old. They are a bit fragile and scare easily. Young kids just don't have the coordination or patience to be able to handle them very well. She replies that she does, in fact, have a 2-year-old daughter, and that she also runs a daycare with about 12 other 2 through 3-year-olds at a time. She said that she was looking for a rat because her daughter's pet Mousie had just recently ran away, and she was sad. She then proceeds to tell me that her daughter is a total animal lover, and sends me a picture of her basically strangling a poor chicken in a bear hug. She also assured me that she would supervise the daycare children and when they handled the rat, because sometimes they like to squeeze them too hard, lol. I personally don't think that was funny. After reading what she wrote, I immediately knew that she would not be a good fit for one of my rats. At first, I didn't respond at all. In hindsight, I suppose I should have just been straight up with her to begin. But I have social anxiety and don't like confrontational situations. She ended up sending me several messages the next day, asking about the rat and saying her daughter was really excited and wanted to know if they were going to get it. I ended up telling her that I'm really sorry, but I have a policy for not adopting rats out to households with young children, and explained why rats might not be the best choice for her situation. She then went into a full meltdown, saying, "Shame on me," because now her daughter was crying because she had already told her that she was getting a rat. That's my fault. How? And that they had already checked the pet stores and they didn't have any rats. Then telling me, "What kind of person does this to a 2-year-old?" She said I was an immature, selfish person, and that it was unfortunate that some people could treat children this way. I didn't even respond to her after that. Not worth the stress. Thankfully, I did end up finding nice, child-free homes for my rats, with some more level-headed people than this woman. Alright guys, I think that's going to be the last one. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys the next time. Goodbye.